Good evening, doctors. Welcome again. Today we are going to discuss about USMLE MCQs. This is part 3. I already discussed part 1 and 2. A 57-year-old female patient suffered from major stroke and result in coma. Attending neurologist is very concerned because the patient developed a toxic breathing. The pneumotaxic center, apneustic center of brain located in which of the following? Pause this video, think which one is the best answer. So the best answer here is pons. Let's discuss why answer is pons. The pneumotaxic center is located in the upper one third of pons, whereas the apneustic center is in lower two third. The apneustic center promotes inspiration and the pneumotaxic center expiration. Okay. 22-year-old man develops delusion, flattening affect, catatonic behavior, hallucination, and aphasia. Which of the following symptoms would be more likely to improve if this patient were treated with clozapine rather than haloperidol? So think guys, pause this video, which one is the best answer? So best answer here is affective flattening and aphasia. Why? Atypical antipsychotics, example clozapine, quetiapine, are more likely to improve negative symptoms. Affective flattening, anhedonia, avolition, aphasia when compared to typical antipsychotics. Example haloperidol, they are no more effective as treating positive symptoms, hallucinations and delusions. Okay. A 8-year-old boy is returned to a neurologist by his family physician because he has developed progressive slow clumsy walking. On examination, patient has difficulty with standing and running. While standing, he adopts a wide base gait with constant shifting of position of maintain his balance. Sitting or standing, he also displays a constant tremor of the head and trunk. When asked to walk, his feet strike the ground in an uneven and irregular rhythm. If he attempts to correct his imbalance, he displays wild and abrupt movements. A magnetic resonance image reveals demyelination in the dorsal columns, corticospinal and spinocerebral tract. The child diagnosed with Friedreich ataxia, an autosomal recessive neurological disorder resulting from mutation of gene locus on chromosome 9. Second order neuron of the dorsal posterior spinocerebral tracts are located. Which of the following? So the answer here is nucleus dorsalis Clark's column. Let's discuss. Nucleus dorsalis Clark's column reaches lamina 7th of spinal cord. Contains the cell body of second order neuron of dorsal posterior spinocerebral tract. Axons from these neurons ascends ipsilaterally in the lateral funiculus of the spinal cord, join the restiform body of inferior cerebral peduncle and terminate in vermis of cerebellum as mossy fibers. Okay. 8-year-old man brought to rural hospital, history of recurrent infection. The patient characteristic faces with a high broad nasal bridge, long face, narrow palpebral fissure and is abnormality small mandible. The patient also has cleft palate. Patient diagnosed with DiGeorge syndrome, inherited immunodeficiency disease due to a chromosome 22q11.2 deletion. In this syndrome, the production of which of the following cells affected in the thymus? So the best answer here is, pause this video, think which is the best single answer. The answer here is T cells. Let's discuss. In DiGeorge syndrome, the cortical epithelial cells of the thymus fails to develop and thymus is hypoplastic. As a result, bone marrow derived T cell precursors cannot differentiate and functional T cell production is markedly reduced. Okay. A sexually active 23-year-old man with multiple sex partners has dysuria and yellow urethral exudate. Gram stain of exudate shows numerous neutrophils, many that contain intracellular gram-negative diplococci. He has had 3 similar episodes of urethritis over the past 2 years. Which of the following properties of the infecting organism best explain the reinfection? So pause this video, think which one is the best answer. So the best answer here is antigenic variation. Let's discuss. Gonorrhea can change its pillars, which is responsible for adhesion of host cells and the main antigen to which the host mount an immune response. Neisseria gonorrhea is able to switch out differently in genes, and for this reason, prior infection does not confer long lasting immunity. Okay. 15-year-old boy comes to a clinic to get his rash checked out. He has a rash on his left inner thigh that first appeared 2 days after a hunting trip with his friends in Minnesota. The rash is shown in the image provided. If left untreated, this boy is at increased risk of which of the following? So pause this video, think. The best answer here is carditis in future risk. Let's discuss. Targetoid rash after a woodland excursion means Lyme disease caused by Borrelia burgdorferi, carried by the exotic rash, erythema, migraines, viral syndrome symptoms, fatigue, and polyarthritis are common. Lyme carditis typically manifests as AV block. Okay. 25-year-old man admitted to the hospital after coming to the doctor crying about carrying a bottle containing blood urine. All tests were negative and he was observed stealing a test tube of blood from the laboratory technician card. Which of the following is most likely diagnosis? Pause this video, think. The single best answer is factitious disorder. Why? Let's discuss. The essential feature of factitious disorder is the intentional production of physical signs or symptoms in absence of external incentive as a motivation. If there is external incentive for fabricating an illness, then malingering is diagnosed. So guys, I hope till here it's very much clear for you. If you have any queries, any question, you can ask me, and if you're new on my channel, please subscribe it. Thank you. Good day. Goodbye. That's all for today.